Boom, boom, boom. We are live. We are live. Tonight's topic: most indies don't actually want to be indies. They don't want to be independent. They actually deep down, they actually just want to get into a group. They want to join the mainstream. So most indies who are like, oh yeah, indie comics, they don't actually, like, the goal isn't to stay in indie comics or be fully indie comics. It's just a stepping stone. And we'll talk about the good, the bad, and maybe the problem that could have in terms of the quote unquote community. But I'm so tired, so let's start the show. It's gonna be a drawstring tonight. Very chill. I worked 12 hours yesterday at my day job and another 12 hours today. So now, and then when I came home yesterday, where's my pen? When I came home yesterday, put the kids down, got to drawing, drew for like 3 hours, and we're gonna do the same thing tonight. You need some Ferg gang juice. I got a bubbler. As well. We have 7 more days left for Super Plumber Sisters 1 and 2. This is the final week to get your copy before we end the Kickstarter. So link is in the chat, link is in the description. All right, let's upload the stream. Post. All right. Alrighty. So the book that we are working on tonight is Bold Assassin Living in a Fantasy World. So right now Tommy is drawing the book. He's gone up to page 25. And so right now I'm just putting in some final details and gray toning it. So that's what we're going to be doing tonight. The goal is going to be, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Dude, if we can get 6 pages tonight, that'd be sick. I'll show you guys real quick. This is where we are in the story. So we start off, so like this event here actually happens in chapter 2. And so we have them, Akari, she's using her gun, she kills a bunch of goblins. But then we go back to when Akari, she's in the real world, and she's kind of just like narrating, she's kind of, getting us up to speed on her life. She's a very good assassin. You can't tell. So, she's talking to someone right here. What's going to be very quippy. They'll be talking. He's like, fuck you. Boom. She shoots him. Shoots this guy, hangs this guy, shoots that guy, stabs that guy. And then this is her boss, Dave. And then Dave effing betrays her, kills her, and then she wakes up, in typical isekai fashion. She's like, she sees this Pokemon monster, freaks out, tries to shoot him, and now we're here, guys. Now we are here. All right. let's get to this. Let's get to this. Shoot. How is everyone's week going? Dude, mine's been I've been so busy at work. Like so stupid busy. Which is, a good thing. You want to be busy. Just a lot of traveling this week. Got a lot of traveling in a couple weeks to various places. Just a lot, man. Just downloaded as well that Procreate Dreams, the animation app, and I was like, how easy is this? And like, I was able to immediately like animate an onion skin. I was like, okay, that was pretty easy. And then there's some other stuff that I was like, oh, like this is so freaking hard. Okay, let's get into the topic. So the topic tonight is most indies don't actually want to be indie. Now, what does this mean? So when someone says indie comics, they're typically talking that typically means, independent comics. You make comics independently of others, whether that be a publisher or like a corporation or like your work, etc. And the thing with indie comics is it's a level playing field. Everyone is allowed to be in indie comics. Like everyone, like there's no gatekeepers. Everyone is allowed to be in indie comics, and that's like a good thing, and it's also a problem. Because the reason why is this: when you're in indie comics, like let's say now you're surrounded by people who are at like level 1 stage, who are just getting in, and then you're also surrounded by people who are like pro level. And so the problem is that when customers start getting into indie comics, there's certain expectations that are given to everyone based off of what they experience. So for example, if your first experience in indie comics is backing like a former professional who is working at Marvel and DC, yeah, you're probably going to be extremely disappointed with what a lot of people are working on, because the majority of us are not even close to that pro level. And I'm talking that in terms of writing and in terms of art. And that's just the reality of it. If someone's like, man, if someone were to like go, oh, Tyler, your art is nowhere near as good as Ethan at Skybreeze, I go, yeah, duh. The dude's like double my age, and he's been a professional artist like his entire, like for the majority of his life. He's worked on like the biggest properties at DC Comics. Of course, my art is anywhere near as close as his. At the same time, though, So like that's one of the quote unquote like problems is that everyone is you're getting judged. You're getting judged against people who, because they see you in the same playing field. Like, if you were to go, Tyler, your book, like, you can't compete with Marvel. I believe you, because it's like you would go, oh yeah, Tyler's different than Marvel, because you immediately have certain expectations for Marvel that you wouldn't necessarily have for indie comics. But when pros come in, and they bring in their fans, those fans start having certain expectations of the go, because when the pros like, oh, I'm in the indie scene now, so then their fans go, oh, like, I want to, well, let me check out what's in the indie scene, and they go, oh wait, why is this all this trash? It's like, well, dude, you're like, welcome to welcome to a place where everyone is allowed to play. So that's like one problem with like the indie scene. But a big part though, like, is like how creators engage with each other. And it's due to the fact of like why each person is in the indie scene. So some people are in the indie scene because they genuinely just want to be. They want to tell a story their way, with their art, how they want, and they just want complete, total control of that. So they're like, I'm going to go the indie route. This is the way. Then you have other people who they're here in the indie scene purely as a stepping stone for them to get potential opportunities in the mainstream. So their goal isn't necessarily to stay an indie writer or creator, it's to build out a resume. So they're trying to build out a resume. Now the problem though, when you're dealing when you have these two kind of mindsets collide, is that now everyone's goals and decisions, we're all mingling in the same space with each other, but how we act, our goals, etc., now like they're all being combined, but they're all completely different. This is what I mean by that. Like, you might be talking with someone and might go like, why are you doing A, B, and C? And to you think, oh, well, like, me going A, B, and C is what I want to do. Like, this is what's gonna quote unquote make me happy. It's gonna get me to my goals. But someone else's A, B, and C might be so like you might have one person and they're like, my goal is to work for DC and Marvel. That's why I'm not doing this. That's why I'm not talking like this. That's why I'm not engaging with you. That's why I'm putting out these kind of books, etc. And sometimes that conflicts with someone who's like, well, I just want to be indie, and that's why I have this mentality, or I work a certain way. And this is the thing. You would think that both of those could coexist, but apparently they can't. Apparently people with different mindsets cannot coexist, because if you want to work for the mainstream, apparently, you can't hang out with people who are quote unquote just wanting to be strictly independent, apparently. And so what also happens is you have people touting like, oh yeah, indie comics, like this is the way, like indie comics is the future. But then they're saying that, but then the moves that they're making are actually anything but wanting to be indie comics. And you know, they'll tout, oh, indie comics, blah blah blah, and you say, hey, and they're like complaining, how come I'm not getting these kind of results? And you go, oh well, if you did X, Y, and Z, you'd get them. And then they go, oh well, I don't want to do them. And you find out the reason why is because they still have that mentality of like, I just want to go mainstream, so I don't want to actually be independent. And even in the indie scene, we're seeing a lot like a lot of people who they want to join a group. They want to join a group. They want to join a club. They want groupthink. You know, we see that with like Comicsgate. We see that with, you know, even people who are like pro Air July, anti Air July. Like everyone just like being independent means that like you are independent. You don't like, you make your decisions. You do things your way, for your reasons that benefit you, not for the, you know, not because, I don't know, you have like these quote unquote matching ideologies. And so now you have people who say they're indie but they don't actually want to be, and you have all these people mingling, and everyone has different processes. Everyone has different goals. Everyone has like it just gets to a point where like you wonder why people are fighting. It's because everyone is mingling with each other, trying to get along, and yet all of us have quote unquote different goals. And unfortunately there are some, look at this, you see how he didn't draw the cliff, so I gotta draw the cliff. And I was just watching that PewDiePie video actually right before the stream. So it's like, of course we're having all these fights because we have people, because now we have people, let's go draw this cliff real quick, hold on. Sometimes where he just she's on the cliff. She looks over it. But yeah, so you have all these people who are trying to coexist, and they're all trying to talk like, you know, because the thing that all indie creators love talking about is we love, you know, talking strategy. We love talking about, you know, oh, this worked for me, blah, blah, blah. But the thing is, you have, because everyone has different ideologies and thinks, when they go, oh, that isn't working, or that's wrong, I don't believe in that, you know, people take it personally, or they get mad because you're quote unquote like don't have the same goals as them. And like in my mind, like for example, my friend Travis Gibb, he has a goal to work for Marvel and DC. That's a big goal of his. Your boy Tyler does not have this goal. But you know who supports Travis Gibb in what he does. Tyler. And so, you know, I support, I need to turn on the music, right? So like, I support Travis in like all of his freaking goals. Like, Travis wants to work for Marvel and DC. I don't. We're still besties. I was talking with him actually the other day. I was talking to him the other day. And so it's just, but that's a big problem that's a big reason why I think with indie comics, the reason why a lot of people quote unquote don't get along is just everyone's got different goals. Everyone's got I don't know, different dreams, I guess, and everyone's trying to pile on like their goals and dreams on others when it's like they don't, not everyone shares those. Does it make sense, guys, that she's in a forest? Do we all get this, that she's in a freaking forest? Add another mountain. Guys, the temptation just to freaking find a 3D asset for this. So that's all, and it's like it doesn't like it. It's okay that that most indies don't actually want to stay indie. Like I said, there's people in indie comics who their goal is just to make independent comics their own way. Then there's people who are using quote unquote indie comics as like the stepping stone to their mainstream, which is totally fine as well. But we just have everyone mingling with each other with their different goals. They all have their different goals, their different desires, their different beliefs. And of course there's going to be fighting then in the indie creator community, in the creator community in general, because everyone in the indie scene is just mingling with everyone. You just have a bunch of people mingling with each other who think they're all on the same page, and they're not. And when you think you're on the same page of someone, but you're actually not, then you start getting confused, and you're like, wait, hold on a second. Origami, yo, I'm new here, discovered you on Twitter and from Renowned Zero's promo for the Plumber Sisters. Backed my copies of 1 and 2 and have been paying attention to your future works you're coming out with. Origami, thank you so much. I appreciate Renowned Zero promo for Super Plumber Sisters. Guys, we'll do just a quick plug. What did I just touch? Quick plug for Super Plumber Sisters. We do have 1 week left. 1 week left on this campaign. 6 days to go now. 6 days. Go check it out. Link in the chat. Link in the description. I'll put it in there in the chat one more time. I'm gonna have to thank Renowned Zero for that. Right now, Erwin. Right now, we're working on that. We're working on that book right now. Renowned Zero. Sorry, not Renowned Zero. Erwin. Erwin is currently drawing those pages. And while he waits, like the next, like we just finished the Cthulhu Murders, like the my editor Patrick just got me all the files, all the edits yesterday. So now I just need to go finish the edits, and then we're gonna get this book, the digital, to the backers, and then get this book printed. Very excited to have that book. Origami, the Cthulhu Murders looks fire. Hey, thanks so much. You know, I'll tell you this, it's such a different book than I'm used to. Like, it is so different. I took a lot of risks with it. Don't know if it's gonna, like, I don't know how it's gonna be received. So, like, anyone who gets it, like if someone goes and like critiques The Girl with the Mega Fist, there is always gonna be this massive level of insecurity when someone does that, just because of how personal that story is to me. But with the Cthulhu Murders, I'm generally curious what people are gonna think of it, because it is so different than most of the stuff that I've ever done. All right, there. Now that background is done. But yeah, like, but in terms of, as well, with most indies not wanting to be indie, look at how everyone's behavior. Like, when you, like, everyone wants to join a group. Everyone has their group think. Yes, it's, you know, yes, people are tribal and whatnot, but everyone's just trying. Everyone has to, like, I don't know. Is it really indie? Is it really indie? Like, if you are like, oh, I can't do this or say this because I'm gonna offend X person, or they're gonna ruin my life or something. Like, I don't know. Just I don't know. This year, honestly, I'm seeing a lot of, like, honestly, like, really, like, stupid behavior out of a lot of people. I don't know if it's an election year. I don't know if it's, I don't know what it is, but everyone's getting, I don't know, dumber. Almost a 10K, absolutely. Larry, so define independent. Did this sprung because of our off-air talk? Do you consider it? No, this did not sprung off of our off-air talk. It's actually a tweet that I got literally 10 minutes before the stream. I'll pull it up. This is from Random. It says, what I've discovered by watching independent comic creators talk on the internet is that most of them don't actually want to be independent. It's been an interesting development, and that's totally fine. That's totally fine, honestly. You know, no one like, people can do whatever they want. I think if you're in Diamond, you have to turn in your indie card. Well, that's a hard, that's a very interesting question. Like, when do you draw the line on what is indie and what is not? Like, when we had, you know, I've had The Girl with the Mega Fist and Manga Z with Antarctic Press. I had Coins of Judas with Band of Bards. By the way, guys, look at this Skybrush. Like, psh, epic. Okay, that's the actual line art, so I need to... But yeah, like, that's a good question. Like, when does it become no longer when does it no longer become, I don't know, at what point do people not consider it indie? And I honestly, like, kind of learned that the people who are the ones who will be able to quote unquote make these decisions, who define them, it's the readers. So if the readers don't think that you're indie, then they don't think you're indie, and that's fine. Like this, everybody fights to get that 1% mark to have living and passive income. That means to tear down and make yourself look like a fool for the sake of egos and trash talking. Wow, I need a sky brush. Dude, I know. Everyone needs a sky brush. I think if you're in Diamond, you have to turn in your indie card. Yeah, Mike Wheeler said that, yeah. It is definitely I mean, I think about like Macklemore, for example. So, Macklemore is a rapper, and he was a friend of my aunt. They're like really good friends, and like Macklemore touted his whole he touted like that first album. I don't know what he's doing right now, but that whole first album. Like he was bragging, him and Ryan Lewis were constantly bragging that they were a 100% indie. They had no label or anything. And my aunt was like, yeah, like they were packing up like all of the orders, because like that, I think that album went like, I don't know, double or triple platinum. But she said like they were in their garage packing up the orders, sending them out to stores and people like every single freaking day during that time. And so like, I don't know, does indie mean that you've created your own distribution system and you're not using other people's? I mean, that's the thing. People are gonna have to, I mean, everyone's gonna have to come up with their own like definition of what that is. Macklemore or Todd McDonald? Larry, this will help. Larry, time for you to turn in your indie card for your book in Diamond. But also, I mean, you can have books that are indie and books that are mainstream. You know, like if we're using this definition of if your book is in Diamond then it's not indie, then yeah, my Coins of Judas book, my Coins of Judas book would be my quote unquote indie. Would be my quote unquote mainstream book, but that's why none of this is working. But like My Girl with the Mega Fist or Super Plumber Sisters or My Sexy Witch Academia wouldn't necessarily count for that according to these rules. And here's the thing: who's making up these rules? I don't know. Anyone who's making up rules, it's gay, man. Here's what we talked about. Like when I worked at that book publisher, like if your book was with a company that helped you sell your book, who helped distribute it, who put up costs that you didn't have to, we would consider that like mainstream publishing. So, you know, if we used that definition, then Antarctic Press would be considered, according to that definition at least, not indie. Let's get lazy with a tree brush, 'cause I don't want to do it. And a reader will spend 5 seconds looking at this panel. one set of trees. Let's get the next. Oh, this is what we'll do. This is what we'll do. See, like, Tommy will leave some panels blank, and then I've got to, quote unquote, like, interpret them. And by the way, it's not that he does it on purpose. I legit ask him to do it. Like this, I believe that we are more underground creators. Indie is more people that were mainstream then jumped off to indie since they have the name themselves. I just think that indie just comes with the. I think indie is fine. I think indie works no matter what. Indie just means that, like, you don't have help. You don't have someone like else. You don't have like another company like bankrolling you. Like when you go into publishing, you like they have like when you work with a publisher, they pay the printing, they pay the distribution, they get the distribution, they have a sales team, like that kind of stuff. I think that's where like for me at least I go, yeah, you know, that kind of stuff isn't necessarily indie. But if you're like doing all the distribution yourself in your house, and you're the one like look at Sam Quinton. He's the one who he doesn't have a sales team helping him out getting his books to comic book shops. He's talking to people every single day. He's the one making the connections. So I think that's really like what you have with indies. Look at that, guys. Now this page is done. Beautiful. Beautiful. Now I'll just copy and paste this. Screen tone, boom, boom. 40%. There you go. Beautiful page. Next! Alright, so this is a moment where she's crying, and I just came up with this idea. Just now. But honestly, I honestly think that's why there is so much fighting in the indie scene. I honestly think it's just because there are people, everyone thinks that they're on the same page with each other, and then they're not. And then for some reason, because they realize, oh wait, you're not on the same page with me. Like, I don't know, for some reason we can't align. Like, I'm seeing that a lot of people, like even people are like, are you anti Eric July? Are you anti EBS? It's like, what if they both suck and I like what sometimes they say and sometimes what they don't say. What about that? And then we'll turn down the opacity. See, because now she's crying. She remembers, oh snaps, he fucking shot me. Hey, I like that. Thanks. Yeah. See, we just came up with the idea right now. Larry says define the same page. Well, like, like for example, like Travis and I, like we're both indie creators. We're both in the independent scene. But Travis has wildly different goals. This would be easier if I just did this. Travis has wildly different goals than I do. So like Travis wants to work for Marvel and DC. That's his goal. That's what he is in indie comics so that he can get to that point. Like he's using indie comics as a stepping stone. I am just in indie comics. Like if Marvel and DC were like, "Hey Tyler, do you want to do this?" Yeah, I'd say yes. But I'm not seeking it out. Like Travis is actively seeking it out. He is making the chess moves necessary to get in front of Marvel and DC. Like he's playing the game, and so like I'm not doing that. And so but like let's say I'm talking to Travis and he goes, "Oh, I'm thinking of doing this." I might completely disagree with him. I'd be like, "Well, why are you doing this thing? Like there are better ways in my mind that you could do it." Or, "Oh, don't do that. Like that goes against A, B, and C." And then he'll go, "Well, Tyler, the reason why I'm doing this is because I don't want to be like you and just be in indie comics. I want to be in the mainstream." And so then I go, "Oh, I realize we're in the same space, but we're not on the same page." And then in that case I go, "Oh, well, then like we're both in the indie scene, but we have different goals." And so when Travis does something that I quote unquote particularly might not agree with, then I just have to look at it from his lens. Oh, he's doing this because he's doing this because he wants to work for DC and Marvel. Gotcha. That's why he's doing this. So like now that I have context, I go, "Oh, okay, that's why." But my point in saying that though is because him and I have different goals, and it doesn't stop us from being friends. It doesn't stop us from collaborating. It doesn't stop us from hanging out. Travis is one of those few creators, because I've worked with him so many times that literally at this point Travis just asks me if I want to work on something, and I just say yes, because he knows what I like to draw. He knows the styles that I can do. He knows what I enjoy doing. Like when we did Coins of Judas, I just said yes. And then when we were talking with the publisher, they were like, "So what do you think of the story?" And I was like, "I don't even know what it is." I just said yes. Travis said, "Do you want to make a comic book with me?" And I said yes. And so like, yeah, we have different goals. We're still able to hang out, interact positively, make comics together. But that's kind of a rare thing I'm finding, because I've been talking to a lot of creators who are like, "Yo, can you believe this is happening? So and so, like they're acting this way," and I'm like, "Yeah, like what's happening?" And they're finding that people that they were friends with, they're not anymore, and I'm like, "Why?" And they're like, "Oh, just because I had a quote unquote disagreement." I'm like, "Oh, that's kind of gay, man." Larry, then he's going about the wrong way. I mean, I'm not gonna go into what Travis needs to do, because I don't know what Travis needs to do. Travis is gonna do what Travis does, and it's none of my business to worry about what Travis does. However, I have talked with Travis, and he's actually has some really cool things that he's working on, some really cool opportunities that I'm not allowed to speak about, because those are Travis's. But he's doing really cool things. Really happy for him. really happy for him. All right, let's kind of put a shadow on her boob. Come on, man. Come on, Clip Studio. A lot of messages. Larry, you were given an offer to take your work and band together with us to make up push in the industry with a publisher that has our backs, that will listen to our ideas, that invites us to meetings. If you're going to be in it to win it. Okay. But I don't want to do any of that, Larry. I told you that, and I've told you that before. I told you that in that off air that I told you that that's not something that I was quote unquote interested in. I think it's cool that you guys are doing it, but it was something that I was not personally interested in at all. Then you are not in it to win it. Well, here's the thing. You and I, it's plain and simple. You and I have different definitions of what in it to win it is. And that's the thing with indie comics. This is a prime, Larry's doing a prime example, is Larry has, man, the traps on this girl. Larry has different goals than I do. He has a different belief system in what winning is than I do. And that's totally fine. We can still mingle. Well, I thought we could. We can still interact. I'm not stopping what Larry's trying to do. I'm not trying to stop what anyone's trying to do. Miracle Kingdom, sometimes being able to get yourself into the race is cool enough. The fun of getting the experience. Larry, to not want that makes me question why you are in comics. That's the thing. We have different goals. I'm perfectly fine with just doing independent comics and telling my stories and just making comics. I enjoy making comics. I love telling stories and I love making them. And I feel like I can do all of the above by myself without a publisher, etc. Man, I'm trying to think, do I put a shadow on her face with these gray tones, or is that just too much? It's a little too much. Maybe if we it's just too much. She don't need it. We can all coexist. I agree, Origami. We can all coexist. Vegs Bacon. Larry, everyone has different ways to do what they want to do. If you can't go through it, can't go through it to your damn skull, why are you working with comics in the first place? That's because, Mike, you don't think we run the Kickstarter and get the money and then have... Yeah. Okay, now I have a problem with this. This was supposed to not be connected. By the way, if you two guys are going to start fighting in my chat, I will block both of you. I'm not here for this. Because I know what's about to go down between the two of you. Please don't. It's gay. There we go. No. No, you can't. No, you can't, Larry. All right. Peace out, Mike. Everyone's definition of winning is different. Everyone's method of doing business, different. Everyone's goals and desires for why are they indie comics, different. I like this. No, it's not dark enough. Thanks, Mike. Peace. All right, we got some great tones right there. But see what happened? Like everyone's disagreeing because people are doing different things with their indie comics. You know, you have somewhere like, I'm the right way, I'm the only way. And it's like, guys, we can all coexist. We have to, you gotta figure out, we all gotta figure out ways to quote unquote coexist. Just because someone wants to do something one way doesn't mean that it's necessarily wrong, or that you like question, why are you here in the first place? I think that is I think that's a disgusting question, honestly. Questioning why someone wants to make comics. We like making comics, man. Like, I don't know. We're not about those. You think those are great questions? Why someone? Those are purity test questions. Purity tests are gay. To go, why someone? If you wrestle on the WWE, you don't want to be the champ. Why are you in there? Well, Larry, I know a lot of your life experience is. Life lessons are from the WWE. It's not real. And as well, indie comics is not the WWE. And there might be aspects of comics that are WWE, but some of us are not. Either like we're not in it, or maybe we were in it and we don't want to be in it anymore. Like for me, example. I'll use me as a great example. For the last 8 years, I've super wanted to, all I've wanted to do is be a full-time artist. A lot changes in 8 years. And when I finally was able to do that, my life was completely different. Completely different. And my priorities changed. 8 years ago when I made that goal, I was super single and living by myself. And living by myself. So living, making indie comics and doing that full time, that sound like a really cool dream. Well, my priorities have completely changed. Where the most important thing now to me is just my wife, my family, my kids. And so it's okay, well, Tyler, what do you do with indie comics? Well, I still make them. I'm a very creative person. I've been making comics since I was in the 4th grade. Let's see. Comic needs some. It's real to the contractors that wrestle there, just like us. They're independent. Okay, once again, WWE, not real. Comic needs some purity. That's gay. Larry, had you made say 40,000 a Kickstarter, you wouldn't be saying this. The only reason you don't want to do it full time is because you didn't make enough money. Oh yeah, I mean that was 100% a massive factor. I'm not even going to deny that. I'm not even going to deny that. Yeah, if the Kickstarters were doing really big money, it'd probably be a lot different. I wasn't ready to go full time as a family man. If that makes sense. Had I been single, the money I was making with the comics would have, the comics that I put out, would be perfect. And here's the thing, we were already we made enough money last year with comics to be able to support me while I was jobless. So we did great, and we had enough money saved till February. And luckily I found a job in December, so now all that money is now just in my savings. So you're right, yeah, money was definitely a huge thing. If I was single and was making that money, I 100% would still be making comics full time. But now with kids, it's so much different. Miracle Kingdom. Would you say you still draw 40 hours a week? If so, you technically still make comics full time. You just took a second full-time job to supplement your craft. Let's see. I draw 2 or 3 hours a night. So no. Like, it's at least a part-time job. Like I probably do 15 to 18 hours a week in comics at this point. Okay, so she's supposed to be surprised. So let's do some fun graphics. Okay, part-time. Yeah, so I do comics part-time. And I make a frick ton of comics too. I hate this. So that's a solid investment of time. Yeah, it is. I mean, luckily, like, I have a very supportive wife. But also, like, my wife has her own hobbies too. So, like, it's great because I get to come down here, do my thing. My wife gets some, like, quote unquote peace and quiet away from me. And like also like she knows me so well. Like she knows that if I'm not creating something, that I'm going to be a pain in the butt. Like we were in Wisconsin for like 2 weeks and I was just getting so restless and she was like, "What's wrong?" I'm like, "Nothing, I'm fine." She was like, "You're not being creative, I can tell." So we ran and got myself an iPad. We got an iPad so that I could draw comics while I was there. Oh, look at that beaut. Okay. Oh, what is supposed to be on this page? What did I want? Okay, it's just trees. No, so yeah, I agree with you, Larry. Like I didn't make enough to going at it full time as someone with a family. 100%. There's absolutely zero denying that. So anyone who's like looking at that like a gotcha, it's not. Like, and here's the thing, it didn't work out this time. Maybe there's a point. Maybe there comes a day. Maybe there comes a day where I am able to come back and do this. Maybe. Like, maybe there is. But the difference right now with my mindset is I'm not chasing it. You see, for the last 5 or 6 years, I was chasing it. I'm not chasing it anymore. So that's the difference. Like, if it happens, cool. You know, maybe we'll consider trying it again. If not, you know, it doesn't matter. So it's not that you didn't want to do this full time. It's the realize that we did not going to make full time. No, I made full time money. Like, I made enough money. What I didn't like though is there was just different aspects to it that I didn't particularly like. With the amount of money that we were making. So like I made like 55, like when all is said and done, like because with the comics I made like $85,000 last year in comics, guys. And then out of that I probably made, like, just for my family, I probably lived a salary of like 55 or 6,000. And so how we did that is, like, I budgeted it so that we had enough for 3 months ahead of it, but then we had a very, very tight budget where it paid for all of our stuff, paid all of our bills, and we still had X amount. And so we never were like, there was never a moment where we're like, oh, like, you know, are we going to have enough money this month? We never had that. But like, you know, there was some times where it's like, hey, like, our kids want to do this. And I'm like, oh, like, I didn't really fit that in the budget. And if I take it out of here, then, like, you know, it's going to stun us here. So, you know, it just didn't work out the way that I had planned, how I thought. And so, yeah, Now, had we been balling, yeah, it'd probably be a different story. But I found that like $55,000 in comics wasn't enough for my family and the lifestyle that I wanted us to have. So it's just different. And then I went, okay. Do I get a job that's gonna like, quote unquote, double that salary? Or do I keep chasing that dream? And if I chase that dream, am I like, who has to suffer? Not me. I'm drawing. I love it. But who's suffering is my wife and my kids. They're not like suffering. They're not suffering. We had a fine life. But it's like, maybe they're not getting all the opportunities that I personally want for them. And because of that, I'm like, you know what? I'm okay with putting aside my dream of doing this full time to be a better father and husband, put my kids first. So that's why I did it. That's why I did it. Like, I could have continued. We could have continued, kept making comics, and living the way we were. But I decided that, like, you know what, my kids are first. I had someone reach out to me for a job. It was a lot. It was a fuck ton of money. I said yes. That's about it. And now I'm like super happy. Like, now, like, my family's a lot happier. I have a better relationship with my wife. My kids are a lot happier. Like, we have a really good life. Like, everything's gone a lot better since I took that job. My comics are like, I'm having fun again in comics. And so, like, cause I wasn't having fun like those last 4 months in comics. Cause I was like, if I don't produce anything, blah, 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 like all my money is predicated on me getting another book out. How do I get another book out? So it just became this thing where, like, you know what? At the end of the day, like, I want to have fun. Let's just make this a fun hobby. And it didn't work out this last time. It didn't work out me doing comics full time as a family person. And that's okay. I can live with that. I'm totally okay with that. And I'm very, very happy now. You know, and that's where I'm at now. I'm just a guy who's not really chasing this dream of making comics. I'm now just the guy who's making comics and having fun. And if I quit tomorrow, I'll be like, you know what? I quit today. And look at all the stuff, all the cool things that I got to do, and all the cool things I made, all the cool people I met within the last 8 years. No regrets. So yeah, where I'm at in comics right now, pure bliss and happiness. And I appreciate all of you guys for that. Dakari the Professor for $5. Thank you so much. Yo, Tyler, here's some money for your always awesome work. I'm blessed to be a fan of yours. Have a blessed and fruitful weekend, everyone. Dakari, you have a great weekend, my friend. Thank you so much. Larry, the only way we're going to make it is to chase it. I don't want to anymore. Larry, no, you didn't. You were on stream. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, Larry, all I'm saying here is it's about the love you have or don't have for comics. It's all about the money you made or didn't. Don't normalize quitting. Normalize pushing harder, giving your all, and taking massive risks. Congrats. I also normalize. I normalize pushing harder. I normalize giving your all, and I normalize taking risks. And I'm also going to normalize quitting. Okay, not everyone has your life, Larry. Not everyone has your lifestyle. Not everyone has your goals. And it's just different. Everyone's different. I think we're done with this page as well. No, we need more effects. Bad advice to make it easy people to justify quitting. Larry, once again, if things just aren't working out for someone, it's okay for them to quit. It's okay to try something new and going, hey, you know what, that didn't freaking work. And that's okay. It's okay to try a new thing and go, that didn't work. Now, don't get me wrong. There's a point where it's like, where someone can ask, like, how hard did you try? And that's going to be subjective. That's going to be up to the person. But, like, if you don't want to do something and you're not in it, go find something that you do want to do that you can be successful in. When people quit too easy, they never give themselves a chance to win. I agree. Don't get me wrong, Larry. Larry, here's the thing. I'm agreeing with you. But also, not everyone can win. And by saying no one should quit, by saying no one should quit, like, you want, Larry, if you want to win, you want people to quit. All right. We got Hong. Yo, what's up, bro? Yeah, take some pictures, man. All right, this one's gonna suck to draw. Well, let's do it. Let's do it. Hold on, real quick. I'm gonna go get a drink. Give me 2 seconds. Normalize people changing their priorities. Like, I spent like 6 years trying to make it as like a punk rock star. It did not happen. I tried. I made tons of music. It didn't happen. And that's okay. Now, if I kept going, would I might have made it? I don't know. But my priorities have shifted. Now if I want to make it quote unquote happen, like Larry is saying, it's not me. I'm not just risking myself. I'm risking my relationship. I'm risking the life I can give my children, the relationship I have with my wife. Hong, this book is called Bullet Assassin, Living in a Fantasy World. So it's an isekai. Yeah, everyone's different. Like, and I get like what Larry is saying, guys. I get what he's saying, 100%. I totally get what he's saying. But Larry and I are completely different. We have different lives, and that's okay. Larry, if comics are that much of a risk and that much of a drain, then maybe you're right and it's time to quit and focus on making money. Okay, Larry, I can do both. I can make comics and I can still make money. And the nice thing is I'm making plenty of money outside of comics, and I'm making money inside of comics. This is a very fun now that I see this as just like a fun hobby, this is just a fun hobby. And I'm enjoying it. Hong, that sucks. And I'm enjoying it. I'm having a great year making comics. So I can do both. If comics are that much of they're a risk and a drain for me to pursue it full time. They're at this point, oh, fuck. There we go. Comics are too much of a risk for me to attempt it full time now. That's the best way to say it. Comics are too much of a... Just take that out. Comics are too much of a risk and draining to attempt to do it full time at this point in my life. Had I been younger, probably, like, if I was single still, definitely would still be doing comics full time. But I'm not single anymore. So now we make comics and we're having fun. We're making comics for fun, putting them out. If people want to buy them, hell yeah, man. Clean this shit up. But Larry, I know that you are trying to make comics. You're making I know right now you are making comics full time, and I know you have really big goals. And for that, congrats. Keep going. Keep it up. I hope you make your goals. I hope you do it. And I will celebrate you when you do it. Miracle Kingdom, I released my first comic last year in Diamond at age 47. Just gave it a shot. Happy to do it part-time. Heck yeah, dude. Congrats. That's awesome. Larry, not by choice. I make comics full time for the same reason that you got it doing. Lost your job. There you go. See. But still, you're still making comics. But you also have, you still have your goals. You got your goals to grow AP. You have your goals to, be more mainstream, et cetera, et cetera. So, like, congrats. Like, keep it up. I think it's awesome. We got, but now that I'm here, I am making a run for it. It's do or die. Yeah, that's awesome. Do it. Fatal J, what up, Tyler? Larry, you and Tyler are better forced together than acting like Anakin, Obi-Wan, and Revenge of the Sith. Tyler, I backed your performance. I just can't wait for both books. Heck yeah, Fatal J. Heck yeah. Thank you. All these effing goblins, man. All of these effing goblins. And why wouldn't you want it? Want what? I don't know what you're talking about. Why wouldn't you want to be part of a growing brand full of your friends there and be more mainstream? Because I don't want to. It's not a goal of mine. It's not something that I want to do. It's not something that I personally, I don't even personally fundamentally even believe in it. I don't even necessarily believe in its ability. That's all. Now, I don't believe that you guys can't make really awesome comics. I just don't believe in building up a brand or a company that I have no stake or equity in. But also a model that I also don't even believe in personally. I'll utilize it for sure, but but do I believe in its longevity? I personally don't. No, I don't like it, all of you. I need a reason why you don't believe in it. Saying I don't want it is not enough. Larry, I worked for a book publisher, and I worked for a book publisher, and I personally didn't believe in that route as someone who worked for a book publisher. I spoke at author conferences where most of the authors were trying to leave their publishers and trying to do it independently. I'm very much someone who believes in just new systems outside of the traditional. So I just don't believe in the comic book store method. I don't believe in the floppy as a mainstream tool. As an indie tool, yeah, guys. As an indie tool, when you're an indie comics, man, you just do what you got to do. But I don't believe it as a mainstream tool anymore. And also I'm not an employee for AP. So I'm not there to build the brand. It's not my brand. My comics are my brand. Is that an arm right there? I don't know. Oh, we missed a goblin. Jeez Louise, so many effing goblins. Now I regret making them gray. Tyler, every model you tried failed. Okay, that's why you are here now. Every year is always a new thing. And you try and still, after 8 years, we are doing the same thing. Okay, fail. I tried to save you. Thank you for trying to save me. I think I'm doing fine right now. And here's the thing, I've got, at this point, it's just different, man. You won't be able to make it big on your own. Sorry, the likelihood of that is less than 1%. Once again, Larry, I don't think, guys, Larry has been listening to the stream. So we'll try to have him listen again. Your boy's not trying to make it. Your boy's just trying to make comics. And you know what? We're doing fine. We're happy with where we are at. So I appreciate the what's it called? Support, Larry. I'm sure those who are watching this love the comments. Larry, then don't sell them if it's not about business and money. Just make them for fun. Why can't I do both? Larry, once again, you have such rigid mindset. It makes a lot of sense. Where's this guy's hand? I can do both. You can have a hobby and still make money. Oh, these effing goblins, guys. I think that's disgusting, by the way. Then don't sell. Like, why? Like, who are you to tell me what I can and can't do? Why can't I sell, Larry? That makes no sense. Why can't I sell? I can sell. I can do whatever I want. Maybe this is just a creative outlet, you know? I'm not trying to be like an animator or anything, or work for an anime studio or make my own anime. But I got Procreate Visions yesterday, guys, and I just want to try it out, you know? I'm a very creative person, you know? I love making music, I love drawing, I love making comics. Larry, because you're a hypocrite. No, you can have a hobby and sell it, Larry. You say it's about fun, but then you talk about making big on webtoons or digital, all about making money. Once again, Larry, why can't you do both? You can do both. Have a hobby that makes money. Origami, thank you so much. I'll still buy your books. I appreciate him. Vegs Bacon, just block him, Tyler. Like, damn, no, I don't want to block him. I'll tell you why. Katie Vo, thank you for being here. Nice to meet you. We are drawing a page from a book called Bold Assassin Living in a Fantasy World. Kinma, dude, what's wrong with making money and having fun with comics? You can totally have a hobby making some money along the way. Absolutely, dude. My wife, what she likes to do is, dude, she does a ton of thrifting and shit, and she's always flipping stuff. It's a fun hobby of hers. She made like $130 this week. Just she put her clothes up in a store and then they sell it for her. She made like $130 for her hobby. Tyler, how do you find your cover artists for your books? I'm just on Twitter. Honestly, all of them are on Twitter. Tyler was giving a spot to do all he is doing now and expand, but he thinks the model is outdated. He's wrong, and I'm trying to change his mind. Because his addition will strengthen the greater fold. No, see, Larry doesn't see me as a friend, guys. He sees me as a business asset, and he only wants to use me as a business asset. Fatal, Vex, he's not going to block him. They're like brothers arguing over a PlayStation controller. No, Fatal, like, we're not. Larry brought me into an off-air, said some things, was very rude to me over some really gay shit. And I believe he blocked me. I believe Larry blocked me on Twitter. So, no. And I haven't blocked him on YouTube yet because I do enjoy the conversation, but I'm just drawing. 4 hours ago, you re-added me to Facebook? Re-added? I don't remember. I haven't been on Facebook. It might have been an old request from forever ago. I mean, I'll take that off. I'm not really on Facebook. Stop saying gay. Now I'll say whatever I want. Gay. Honestly, why wouldn't you make money off hobby if there is audience that's willing to pay? Exactly. I actually re-added you thinking you saw the light. See, it wasn't me, it was you. Cause I'm not on Facebook. Larry, this is Larry. I'm not seeing any light because I don't have the same goals. Like, I don't want to make comics full time. I don't want to build up a company. I just want to make comics for funsies, put them out. Oh, that's a really big sword behind. Jeez, that's what it is. Right there. Okay, noted. Noted. No, it was you who sent the request. Oh, gotcha. I'll take it off. I mean, I'm not on Facebook. You got that meat cleaver behind. Damn. Angel, because make money out of our hobbies, put the mean girl back into her cage. No. But no. Vincent, my granny knits and sells stuff. She's not trying to make it big. She's trying to make big in the knitting world. Yeah, dude, everyone, like a lot of people have hobbies, man. It's fun. Well, you do you, and me and the others are going to build an industry, and don't crawl back when we do. Are we good with that? Because I will remember. Well, Larry, I already told you all of this on an off air, so I don't know why you're. I know it's Groundhog's Day today, but I didn't need the reminder. You already made that clear on the off air when you hashed it out with me, saying that we can't be friends anymore because I have disagreements with you and I'm not part of your mission. So because I'm not part of Larry's mission, we can't be friends anymore. I can't be friends with him anymore. He doesn't want me on his streams, which is totally fine. That's his streams. Doesn't want to interact positively. I am the opposition to whatever he's trying to do. And it's sad, honestly. It's very sad. I believe that everyone can interact with everyone. People we disagree with, yeah. Larry, I don't need to, yes, we disagree. So what? Granny's against big knitting. Bold Assassin looking dope. Is this a fantasy book? I'm noticing a lot. Yeah, it's a fantasy book. This was a Kickstarter that we did in December of last year. And now that once we finish Cthulhu Murders, did I give them texture? Or am I wasting my time? Yeah, I did. Who wants a friend who disagrees with them? A friend who can be real with each other. That's it. I have tons of friends who disagree with me all the time. All the frickin' time. We get along just great. Also, we don't disagree on everything, Larry. We just disagree on, like, comics and, like, how, like, the business of comics. We still love comics. We still love making comics. We both love reading comics. So, like, you're always focusing on the negatives, all the negative stuff, and not on the stuff that, like, brings us together. We both like making comics. We both love reading comics. That's awesome. Iron sharpens iron. Disagreeing 20% of the time, one thing 90%, hey, that's fine, not gonna fly. And that's okay, Larry. Once again, you already made this known to me. I don't know why you're rehashing it in front of everyone, that you don't like it when people disagree with you. So, but your mark skills are improving. I'm impressed with your recent work. Hey, thanks so much. This isn't my art, by the way. This is the art is done by Tommy Ardiccia. He's the artist of My Sexy Witch Academia. We had time for one more book. But I do the screen tones. I do all like the gray toning and stuff over his work. It's one of those things where it's like I do it to like save money. Because I'm like, he's like, I'll do it. And I was like, no, I will. Save me money. But then it's like, is it really saving me money because I now have to like spend hours drawing all this stuff myself? Maybe not. But also like, I don't know. I really enjoy doing this. I'm also like a control freak. because of it, I've done this with him and Erwin, I've learned a lot like on their styles. I've learned how to draw like various backgrounds for their styles. So yeah, it's been a lot of fun. Like it's been a lot of fun like producing the comics this way. It's very Larry, I don't need someone that is out there to counter my every word every time on every issue. Here's the thing, Larry, it takes two to counter. So when, you know, I'm countering you, you also are countering me, like, and that's totally fair. Like, once again, you and I don't see eye to eye on certain things 100%. We can still be friends. Well, I thought we could still be friends. I thought we could still interact. Oh, now we gotta color all these people. I knew this page was gonna be. Oh, now we gotta color them out. Okay, let's see. Let's color the mountain real quick. Jeez. Once again, Larry, I here's the thing. Larry thinks that like it's either you're with him or you're against him. Larry, good luck with what you are building. I am very excited for what you guys do. So I don't have to wallow. I'm not going to wallow when I see you guys quote unquote make it big. I'm not going to wallow. I will celebrate you guys and I will be happy for you. Okay? I will be happy for you. So no, there's going to be no wallowing. I will be happy for you. All right, now we got to give the mountain texture. Oh, we got to do a sky. All these things. Tyler, well, one day we will have the colored versions of these books. It really depends. Like for Super Plumber Sisters, I might do a colored version. I am talking with a colorist right now just to see like if it would work. Maybe. But at this present time, zero plans. Zero plans for it to like happen anytime soon. And you will say to yourself, I should have listened when I had the chance, and now it's too late. This is so dramatic, Larry. I'm not gonna do that. Okay, I'll be excited for you guys. Forcing people to believe and think just like that one is just pathetic. That's one of the reasons why most recent American media are just mid to bad, because mafifis or some get Twitter stuff. Once again, Larry, I'll be happy for you. Okay, let's see. All right, let's color her first, because we know what to do with that. Is digital drawing faster than traditional, i.e. inks and pencils, or is just knowing the programs? For me, I'll tell you this. My perfect setup would be me penciling everything digitally, printing it out on my printer, and then inking everything traditionally. I love doing that. With that being said, when I ink, I'm so slow because let's say this is my pencils and I'm inking it. This is literally me on the paper. Oh, hold on. I'm like, because I'm so like freaking, because I'm so freaking scared I'm gonna mess up. Whereas with digital, like we gotta add her hair and stuff. So we'll go like, so like I can just hit undo if I mess up. Larry, Jay, we tried for 8 years. I'm trying to build a team here. Well, that's the thing. Like Jay, you don't have to try to be like the counselor. Here's the thing. Larry doesn't see me as a friend. He sees me as a business asset because he sees me as a business asset, not a friend. So because I don't want to join the team as a business asset to him, we can't be friends anymore. That's all it is. He's trying to build a team. See, look, right there. I need him on board or we might as well go our separate ways. See? Friends don't say that. Business associates do. Ictus, for colorists, are you going to give him the inks for Super Plumber Sisters or still keep the tones in it? That's the thing. I'm working the colorist, and the colorist said that they can color over the tones, so we'll just give them the tones, and they're going to have one hell of a time. But I'll also send them the line art. But just like there are some pages though, because I wasn't planning on getting this colored, that like I combined all the freaking layers. Oh, they're gonna hate that. Tyler, will one day we get a crossover book with all your manga characters? Maybe not like as a series per se, but probably just like a fun like one shot or like add on. Tyler, have you ever been to my house? Have we ever met, had a drink, met each other's families, or are you a random I met 8 years ago on the net? Well, there you go. There you go. Do you consider this manga? Dude, I have the most fucked up definition of this. I call it a comic. I say everything. I call it a comic when we do it printed. I call it a web comic when I put it out digitally, and then I call it a manga when it's in like the trade paperback. So if anything, it's just a comic with a manga anime aesthetic. Like Girl with the Mega Fist has more like manga like vibes. It's like they're stuff like that. Vincent Smart. Are you like Larry? I mean, there you go. I mean, once again, I have met people on here on the internet that I consider friends. I'm sorry that you don't. I'm sorry you don't do that. Also, I feel like after talking with someone and interacting with them for 8 years, I feel like you could consider them a friend. But I guess not. And that's okay for Larry. You can have that. It's just sad because that means, all the people on your stream, Pete, Max, Ictus, Scott the Flock, me, Gage, all those people, they're not friends to you, Larry. They're business assets. And if they're not on board with your mission, well, like you've said up here, might as well go our separate ways. If you're not on board with Larry, go your separate way. The colorist's going to have an easy time coloring this. Doesn't need to worry about adding shadows since it's already been done. Oh, that's fair. By the way, Andrew, I am gonna watch that video. I've been out of town the last couple of days. Anyways, I was actually trying not to, by the way, like bring any of this stuff up with, like what went down with Larry and I. That wasn't my intention. Like none of that stuff is important to you guys. It's nothing that you guys needed to know. I wasn't ever planning on talking about any of it until Larry came on the stream. So I'm sorry for any of that, guys. We're not trying to bring any drama here, but that's what kind of what I've been going through. That's what I've been going through. By the way, the beginning of this year is just a lot of people, not just Larry, but people like others going like, hey, are you pro Eric July, you pro this, are you this, are you on this mission? And everyone's just like taking all these sides, and it's like, can I be friends with you even though I'm not going to do A, B, and C? A lot of answers, no. It's like, fuck, okay, whatever then. If you were new to art, would you start on paper or digital? Probably start on paper. Just to like start practicing like gestures and getting your hand movements and stuff. All right, did I color Henry's hair? Please say no. Please say no. I did not. All right. We'll color the ropes at least. We'll rate on the ropes. Tyler, when the day comes when we met, I'm going to give you a bear hug. Please tell me I'm strong. Well, I am going to Florida this year. I don't know where. I'll have to ask because I have to travel a bunch for work. So I'll hit you up and be like, hey, this is where I'm at in Florida. Where are you? Maybe we can make something happen. It would have to be like super late at night, but. I will say, guys, like I said, I didn't want any of this drama here. But my topic for tonight, kind of like all like, I don't know. There you go. Like, there's Exhibit A of like why people like are not getting along. Honestly, when you go to Florida, get a sun pass to beat the tolls if you have to go anywhere near Orlando. Oh no, like I like for these trips, I'm like in one spot. Yeah, Ichthus, I'll let you know where I'm at. We want to contrast these two. Indie comics, guys, it's a war zone. What are you guys up to though this year? Like, what kind of stuff were you guys making? Who'd you get to voice your protagonist, Andrew? Ichthus, did you read that image book about the superheroes switch bodies with the fat dentist? Ichthus, I'm roughing penciling pro wrestling gaggers and loving the whole process. I love it. Kinma, mostly been inking for Voice Me, but also working on my own stuff. Oh, nice. How are you liking Voice Me? I think I put like 1 or 2 chapters of The Girl with the Mega Fist on there. I never did anything with it. Do you like Voice Me? Okay, did we do it? Did we win? Did we win this page? I think we did. Jeez Louise, man. Let's add one more effect. I'm sure I want to be spoiled. I'll be honest with you. I probably don't even know the person, but it makes you excited, so that makes me happy. What if we just dodge and blur it? I've been enjoying it on the teams that are nice. That's nice. Oh hell yeah, the artist for it's Tyrell Cannon. I have viewed it on my channel. Nice. Okay, this page turned out dope. Dope page. Yeah, we did it, man. We did it. Okay. We've done, this is our third page today. Let's do 4. Let's get to 4, the 4th. All right, so we've done this one. One. Two, 3. Let's now do 4. What comics are you reading, or you don't read while you're working on your books? No, I read a ton. I'm reading Off Road right now, which is a graphic novel by Sean Gordon Murphy. Donald DeLay mailed it to me. It was really nice of him. So I've been enjoying that. Starting to reread The Promised Neverland. So that's been fun. I need to catch up on like Chainsaw Man. I hear that's like getting good again. Do you watch animes? I don't. I want to. And the reason why I don't, by the way, it's not because I don't like anime. It's just the time optimization. I can read faster than watching an anime. So, and because I'm constantly like drawing, this is completely off perspective. What the fuck, Tyler? What are you doing? So no, like The only anime that like I super kept up with was Licorice Recoil. I freaking love that one so much. But I haven't done anything else, honestly. What made you like it was the thighs. So like, yes. No, so I either like, when it comes to like anime, I love like dark shonen type stuff like Chainsaw Man, or I love like really cute like slice of life stuff. Like I loved My Dress Up Darling so much. I thought it was really good. But in the non-anime world, I really like I like anything with like a gun. Like a character has a gun, I love it. And so when I saw, I literally was watching a it was Giguk Garnt, the anime YouTuber. He does his like anime recaps, and he literally just showed like the trailer for Licorice Recoil, and I was like, I'm gonna check this out and watch it. Dude, I immediately fell in love with it. I don't watch a lot of anime. I want to. Garnt tournament arc. I want to though. I'll tell you this about My Dress Up Darling and Drone. It's not actually like, it's. I don't think they should be. I don't think they should be shrink wrapped. Like honestly, like if you want to buy them, just look up the art. Like look up a volume on just online. Like you can literally go like mydressupdarling.com and they have like the scans. Just look at chapter 1 and go like, is this something that I want to read? Oh. All right, we've been streaming for 2 hours. Okay, we're gonna finish this page, and then I'm gonna drop. I said no drama. I'll drop some drama. We'll clear the air. We'll just clear the air, so that we can move on with the rest of our 2024. Because I'm having a great 2024. I'm having a great year, and I'm not gonna let others ruin it. So let me finish this page, and then we'll talk. We'll get things off of our chest. We'll call it good. Actually, let's just do it right now. Did you guys hear that? I freaking farted. All right. So at the end of last year, everyone started getting like, I'll just drop this. I'll just drop it right now. And I don't want to talk about this again. If I have to, I will, but I really don't. So at the start of at the end of last year, everyone started going crazy with the whole like EBS Eric July shit, and it just started getting worse and worse. And everyone just started getting like, I don't know, everyone's just getting so stupid with their like, I'm team Eric July, I'm team EBS. And I took no sides. I agreed with stuff that EBS said, I agreed with stuff that Eric July said. And It wasn't good enough for some people. Anyways, one of these people was Larry. And, you know, I've been friends with Larry for freaking 8 years. Well, I don't know. Clearly not. Anyways, I viewed Larry as a friend for the last 8 years. And he told me, hey, you know what? We're pro Eric July here. I'm sorry, we're pro EBS. None of that either. We're anti Eric July here. And I went, okay, that's fine. Like, I'm not like pro Eric July. I think sometimes some stuff he says are cool. I don't like Isom. I don't buy the books. But Larry just didn't, he started doing more stuff with YouTube, able to get super chats, and kind of just started like laying down the law. Hey, this is how I want to run my channel, which is totally fine. And so he said, hey, this is the mission. We want to build up AP. We're anti-Eric July, blah, blah. If you're not part of that mission, he said, I don't want you in my DM group, and I don't want you on my channel. And you know what? It's his channel. It's his group. And so I said, okay, sounds good. And I thought we left amicably because it's his channel. He can do whatever he wants. He can run it his way. And I have no problem with that. And I could tell at that point that that our friendship was just gonna slow down. Anyways. But then last week, all of a sudden I start getting last week I posted that I was playing Pal World, and he started commenting on there, and I was like, whoa, I haven't talked to you in a bit. And he was, I thought he was drunk because he was like, Pal World's gay. 12-year-olds play Pal World. I'm like, what the heck? What's going on? And he was like, I don't like you talking about comics or marketing. So I thinking we're friends, was like, hey, let's take this to an off air. Let's do this privately, because I don't know what's going on with you. Is anything what's going on with you? And basically we went to an off air, and he just laid it down. He was like, hey, I don't like that you disagree with me. I don't like that you're not on board with my mission, with the whole AP thing. And he just apparently, he said all my tweets piss him off and whatnot. And I'm like, I'm sorry. And he doesn't like, he doesn't like that my priorities change on a given year. Not realizing that, unlike him, my life changes at a rapid pace. Things change really fast and whatnot. And so I was just like, hey, I was like, that's cool. We have our differences. We can still be friends. And unfortunately, that wasn't good enough for him. And he said, we're not friends. I need you on board to build this AP thing. Otherwise, essentially I don't need you. And I was kind of like, wait, so are we not friends? And he brings up his have you ever freaking met me or whatnot? And I'll tell you this, guys, that kind of fucking hurt, because I viewed, oh really? I viewed Larry as a friend. And when someone says that they're not friends with you, actually, but you're just a business asset to them, and that's all they view you as someone they can use, and if they can't use you, they have no use for you. And I'm not gonna lie, that fucking hurt. That really fucking hurt. And I was like, okay, and I told him, I was like, that's cool, we leave amicably, but it still freaking hurt. But that's what's just been going on. That's why you're not seeing me on streams with Larry. That's why Larry's coming in here, and we'll probably see him coming in more. He just doesn't get it. That's totally fine. He doesn't have to get it. The whole time I was trying to tell him, I was like, hey, even though we have our quote unquote differences of opinions, can we not be friends? Because the whole time, and here's the thing, Larry recorded the conversation, And the whole time I'm like, hey, like, is there any way that we stay friends after, like, with this? Like, we still talk with each other and whatnot? And he's like, no. He's like, we disagree too much. We can't be friends. And I don't know. I was just like, that's kind of like SJW and whatnot. He's like, I don't want someone disagreeing with me. I don't want someone who is not in my corner. I don't want anyone who is not on the mission. So no, like, we can't be friends. We can't blah, blah, blah. So I was like, you know what? And here's the thing. That's fine. If that's what he wants, that's fine. So that's why he came into here today. You know, he's still trying to convince me. He wants to tell me that, you know, I'm wrong. That I'm going to regret my decision. I will rue the day when they have success, because you can't root for other people who you're not with. You know, you have to despise them. And it really hurt. It really hurt, like, hearing someone who I considered a friend, who I looked forward to talking with, having discussions with, who I celebrated all of their wins with them, and hearing them go, we're not friends. Well, that really hurt. And so that's why, like, this year I've just been like, I really don't want drama. If that's the case, more trees, Tyler. And that's why I've just kind of, that's the big reason why I've taken a step back this year from, like, a lot of streaming and whatnot, because, and, like, interacting with people, because I'm very, it really hurt my feelings, man. I'll be honest. Like, it hurt my feelings to be only seen as a business act, a transaction. As someone who's like, you know, I'm building something and you're either on board or you're not. And if I can't even be happy for the person, apparently. I can be like, oh, I'm gonna celebrate you. I hope you're able to make it. Like, no, you're gonna regret it, and I'm trying to make you see the light. And, you know, it's just like, we're just different. Okay? Right now, the most important thing for me is just my children. Like, if it gets to a point where, like, comics, I can't do comics because my children are making it so it's not possible, we're not doing comics. But right now we have that ability to do comics, to make comics. And that's what we're gonna do. And it's just crazy that we cannot live in a world, like, it's crazy that in Larry's world, we can't be friends. I think that's what's crazy, is in Larry's world, we cannot be friends. We cannot coexist. If you're not with me, you know, get out of my way. It's like, I'm not even in your way. I'm not even in your way. I'm not stopping you from doing anything, you know, or stop making money with your comics, you're a hypocrite, or, you know, stop selling them. You know, he asked me a lot. He asked me a bunch of times, I want you to stop tweeting. I want you to stop talking to the community. Stop tweeting, stop talking. I'm like, who the fuck do you think you are telling me what to do? He's like, I don't like what you say. Stop saying it. If you're just gonna do your own thing, stop engaging with people. Get off Twitter, get off YouTube. And I'm like, dude, and I don't know. Just to hear someone who I considered a friend say all that stuff to me, it really hurt. And so, and you guys gotta see it firsthand. Like, there's no like, oh, like there's like no like he said or she said. You guys saw it firsthand. And, you know, anyone who's on stream with him, that's how he views you, by the way. A business transaction. He wants yes men. He didn't like that I disagreed with him on things. He only wants yes men around him. People are going to prop him up for the, you know, the mission. It's sad. Because, you know, who makes comics for fun at this point? Like, don't get me wrong. I'm still very, like, here's the thing. I've said this a bunch, and you can find tons of tweets of me saying this. Make comics for fun. The moment that you say, I want readers or I want views, you need to treat it like a business. You can still treat a hobby like a business. So even though my hobby is comics, I still want readers, so I'm going to do stuff to get readers. Ichthus, wow, that sucks. Sorry to hear about that. Truly unfortunate, yeah. Kinma, he sounds like a piece of crap. Vegs Naomi sounds like a typical Twitter shut-in, no cap figures. Vincent, were you always such a great business asset for the last 8 years? Who knows? Fiona Wolf, in that kind of setup, only another person's reach to a prospective audience matters. Only way to live, to be frank. Tyler is like Saitama. I'm just a comic artist for fun. For fun. All right. You know, I had like the world's like this most disgusting nachos. So I'm just like freaking farting. So that's the spiel. We don't have to talk about this ever again. It hurt. That's all I'm gonna say about it. It really hurt. It hurt my feelings. And I guess that's that. Honestly, like that's indie comics for you. Generation Y, me included, were raised on transactional relationships. It's something Mr. Neymar brought up on his blog. I'll have to check that out then. Right, we just need to get a screaming dialogue. So what we'll do is this. Just need like a... I gotta freaking poop so bad, guys. ugly. That's ugly. So ugly. There we go. Glad I could catch another stream. Our victim. We're ending this right now because I gotta poop. Oh man. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching, guys. We did 4 pages tonight. Not bad. Not bad. Not bad. 4 pages. Did some drama. Guys, we're trying to have a drama-free 2024. Okay, let's make that happen. Okay. Peace.